Hey guys, I just wanted to talk to you guys really quick about being mindful that you don't mix history with the present. Now, a lot of us have had things and people in our lives that we've had a lot of history with that have become comfortable to us. So it's like when we talk to them, it's so easy to talk to them, and it's so natural to laugh with them and, flirt with them and stuff like that because you have that history. But something that we always forget is that things become history for a reason, whether it's you that did something to that person didn't like, or they did something to you that you didn't particularly like. You have to realize that sometimes history needs to stay history. A lot of times, history needs to stay history. You need to always remind yourself, well, yeah, this is comfortable. Yeah, it's nice talking to this person. Yes, it's easy to open up and laugh with this person. But I do remember this is why we became history. Or, you know what I'm saying? This is why. You have to remember why things ended or why things became history. Because if you don't, then history is going to repeat itself and you're going to just find yourself living an ending cycle. That's why you see so many people that'll break up, be broken up for months, weeks, years, however long, and be right back together, and then they'll break up again and be right back together and then break up again because you can't let go. You've created a soul tie with that person that you can't let go of. Now, this also stands for addictions to certain things, like for alcoholics or drug addicts. Once you've gotten comfortable with that bottle and it's become your dependent and you stop, you go to rehab, you stop, you are a recovering alcoholic or a recovering drug addict. If years down the line you have a drink or something like that, it's going to be comfortable for you to have another one and another one. Oh, I remember how this made me feel. This made me feel really good. Ooh, this made me feel, you know what I'm saying? So we have to remember and realize that some things need to stay history. For alcoholics, you don't, if you know that you have a problem being an alcoholic, you don't need to drink no more. Let that history be history. If you know that that's something that you're struggling with, if you know that, I don't know, whatever the case may be, whatever it is that you're struggling with, if you know it's something that you're struggling with, then you need to let it go. You need to cut it completely off. Even if it's not that you needed to cut it completely off, but you need to take time away from it. Not just months, but sometimes years. You need to take time away from it so that you can pray and allow God to truly transform you to where you can see that thing or taste that thing, or you know what I'm saying, and it not even bother you. It'd be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? And you have to be willing to do that with people, because that's how we allow people to have power over us. When you break up with someone, you have to realize, like I said, that it was for a reason. You broke up with that person for a reason, whether it was you that did something or they did something. And sometimes it's meant to stay that way. Sometimes you may not realize it, but it's meant to stay that way, because what you're going to do is you're going to continue to beat a dead horse. You're going to continue to beat a dead horse, and you're going to wind up hurt, because that person is going to either revert back to the thing that made y'all break up by showing you, or you're going to do something. You guys, you just got to make sure that in all the decisions that you're making, that you are listening to God, that you are allowing Him to guide you and not being led by what's comfortable or by your emotions or by the fact that, oh, well, this thing or this person was there for me through this, that, and the third. And realize that sometimes change is necessary. Sometimes there's a person or something like that that can do more for you than what you think all the other person, you know what I'm saying, has done for you. And you just have to remember to be obedient, because God will show you what people are for you and what people aren't for you. He'll show you when you're beating a dead horse. And sometimes you gotta listen, because if you don't listen, you're gonna get hurt. If you don't listen to him when he's trying to tell you, hey, this thing is dead, this thing was left alone for a reason, you got over it for a reason, or you're meant to get over it for a reason, you need to listen, because if not, he's going to have to show you, all right, now this was the reason. I wanted to spare you this. I wanted to spare you this hurt, but you didn't listen, so now you got to go through it again. So just always remember that it's not always good to go back to what's comfortable, or to live in the history, because if you're so busy looking behind you, looking at what this person did, what that person did for you, and how this person was there, or this thing was there, you're going to miss out on what's right in front of you. You're going to miss out on that future. You're going to miss out on that present that God has staring you in the face. You're going to miss out on what is looking you dead in the face, that's ready to do more, be there more than the past was. Whether you can see it or not, it's there, you know. So you guys always make sure you keep yourself prayed up, make sure that you are always being directed by God and never by your emotions, and make sure that you just be obedient, because I'm telling y'all, just like I said yesterday on my other blog, if you don't listen to him, then sometimes, you know, he'll be lenient and be like, all right, well, I'm going to tell her again, or I'm going to tell him again. All right, they still not listening. I'm going to tell him again. But at some point, he going to let that thing get at you. All right, now, I done tried to save you. I done saved you too many times and you didn't listen. So now I'm going to have to give you a little spanking because you ain't listened. So now I'm going to let it get you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to let it touch you. Now, I'm not going to let it reign over you or anything like that, destroy you, but it's like your mom telling you not to touch the hot iron while she's ironing, and each time you go to touch it and she's like, no, don't do that, and you go to touch it again, no, don't do that, it's hot. You go to touch it again, no, don't do that. And because you aren't listening to your mother, you aren't believing that she's telling you this is hot, this is going to hurt you, you're going to touch it and you're going to pull your hand right back, because it's going, oh God, this burnt, you know. And sometimes God allows you to touch that iron. He allows you to touch it. Now notice I said touch it. He don't allow you to keep your hand on it now. That's you. If you're holding on to that hurt, you're holding on to that pain, you're holding on to that fire, that's on you. That's not on him. So remember to let go. Listen when he's telling you don't touch the iron. And just remember, sometimes history is needed to be left history.